Hey, what's going on, guys? I am here in Australia, actually off the east coast of Australia, and we've just done a bit of whale watching today, which has been really neat. We're outside of Sydney, and we're returning. We got to see some whales making their migration, which was really amazing. Beautiful scenery. If you look behind me, you see the ocean waters off the coast of Australia, off the east coast. There's the coast behind me right there. Bondi Beach was down a bit away, so we're kind of running back towards Sydney right now. Beautiful landscape, beautiful day, beautiful whales. And it was neat because we're tracking we're actually going on with their migration. You see, evidently these whales, they come up from Antarctica and they come up here along the east coast of Australia, all the way up to Queensland, and they breed in warmer waters, have their calves, and they come back down. We actually caught them on their way back down, which is pretty neat. But they cover a lot of ground in that migration from Antarctica up all the way up to Queensland and back down again. And you know, as we look at the review today, we've covered a lot of ground in these past few lessons. We started in the book of Judges, where Israel really just got into the promised land. And we see God's faithfulness on display. He fulfills his promise to Abraham to give the Israelites the promised land. And they've taken over the promised land. They're in the promised land. And they're supposed to have God as their king, like a theocracy of sorts. And but that wasn't working out real well because Israel kept rebelling against their God. And so they would rebel, and then he would bring retribution. They repent. He'd restore them with a judge. We saw with Gideon, Samson, the last judge, Samuel, others as well. And that was that repeated cycle. And we see God's faithfulness to just take care of them and provide for them even despite their unfaithfulness, because this is all about glorifying his name and fulfilling his ultimate promises to Israel, and of course bring about the Messiah. We also see his justice, that he does judge sin, but also his mercy, raising up the judges for Israel during that time. And then eventually we see as they transition from the judges, they decide they want a king. They want to have a monarchy like everybody else. And so God warns them, but they still want a king, so they get their first king, Saul. And so we see a transitioning here, a lot of movement from going into the promised land, being established, but having this repeated cycle, and the judges bringing them restoration again and again, and then finally asking for a king. And now they have a kingdom, a united kingdom, starting under King Saul. And of course, we also saw the beginning of the raising of the next king, which would be David, which would be really grace unto Israel, and also a furthering of his promises of the Messiah through the line of David. So we've covered a whole lot of ground in these lessons. Was really good though. And again, as we're going through all of this, we're watching this transitioning happening as God's raised up Israel, brought them out of Egypt, made them a nation. They're going to be a kingdom, become a great people. But remember, the main point of all of this is to bring the Messiah from that nation who provides salvation for the souls of men who will repent and put their faith in him, because it's all about Jesus. So I hope that's a good wrap up of these last lessons. Enjoy this beautiful view of the east coast of Australia right outside of Sydney, and I will talk to you guys later on. Take care.